Peace and blessings, everyone. This is Nakia here, and welcome to Sankofa Now, your daily dose of African centered learning. And again, I am your host and AKA Queen Peace, family lineage, Davis-Thrash-Lovely-Powell and Porter. And I want to give great thanks as we get to start this for all of those ancestors that fought so hard for us to be exactly where we are now, for those that are still supporting us and fighting with us today, and for the future generations to come that will stand upon this strong foundation at which we have laid out for them. Thank you. So, with that, again, I'm your host, and I'm here to provide daily videos to inspire you and gear you to take action and learning more by increasing your appetite for knowledge of self. Okay, so with that, we're going to get right into it today, and starting off with Sankofa, a message for Sankofa for you all. So last time I was squinting a bit, so I'm right here with you. And I hope all of those that your spirits are lifted, that you are able to still find laughter, peace, joy, and happiness during these times. May be challenging, but not impossible. Okay. So with that, we have a review of Sankofa. So, whatever we have lost, forgotten, foregone, or been stripped of can be reclaimed, revived, preserved, and perpetuated. And this was something good in this statement. This came from the African American Studies from the University of Illinois uh, and Sierra. And what I liked about this as I went through the words that were used in order to give the remembrance of Sankofa was perpetuated, which basically means to go on indefinitely. And so, something I think we forget sometimes, because I know I do, is the power of the spoken word. And so, knowing that our people are strong, that our people will work together, that we will be the ones to help lift ourselves out of the mud or the dirt and to find the resources we need in order to continue to make it through challenging times, as well as those times when it's not as challenging. And so, my particular experience, right, and sharing with that is when I've learned from my past that if I did not share how I was feeling, if I secluded and isolated myself, especially in these corporate settings that don't understand your upbringing and don't care, that your family and those that support you and that have since you were a child is very important. And so, for those, if it may not have been your immediate family, it's whoever was supporting you during those times. So, to connect with them, to tell them how you're feeling, to reach out so you don't feel that you don't have a connection. That's that. But one, of course, that your connection with God, your creator, right? And knowing that, hey, during those times of meditation, during those times of having quiet and peace to be able to listen. And in those moments of quiet, those moments of peace, right, in the eye of the storm, a lot of answers I know come from me. And so I hope that that's an exercise or a practice, just being able to quiet down things through your breath and breathing to be able to access that information. Okay. And so, with that, I have those are things that I do that really are helpful, right, during these times, and just connecting with others. So the idea of being alone, which is all one, everything is together, that can get rid of that idea. So now, with the challenge from last time and the call to action, it was, where will you travel to next? And that this applies physically, mentally, and spiritually. And what came to mind for me was the place, for those that know, I do on Facebook Garden of Eden on Wednesdays and what you would want to create. This was an activity that I learned some time ago. What world do you want to live in? And this, I did this exercise for when I moved from my previous job to this. What world do you want to live in? I want to live in a place, or I want to work in a place where people appreciate me. Well, then how do I start getting that? Well, one, I started to see where there were areas in my life where I wasn't appreciating myself. And then that, I have things that I enjoy doing. I can see that I'm making an impact in the community. Well, what things can you already start to do with those things? And then by focusing on those, everything else doesn't seem so big, or things that are all out of your control. There are things that we do control. Thanks to my sis for that reminder. It's very important. So that, and the call to action going forward to the next day would be, what world do you want the future generation to live in? Imagine it. Feel the emotions of being in the world you see. Share it with others and see what you can do each day to make it reality, a reality. Okay. And so as you go to travel in your mind and continue to build, continue to learn, continue to grow, that these are all things that you have the power and the control over. So do the best that you can. And remember again that knowledge is power, especially knowledge for self. So be true, be brilliant, be you. This is your host, Nakia, signing off. Peace.